Good evening, everybody. Illidaris is here with some Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to be doing the Ninja Questline, the 60 through 70, and we're going to search for a stolen scroll. Oh, alas and alack, whatever am I to do? Dang, Orvo. Taking it melodramatic. Oh, Jarek, as a shinobi, I am loath to admit this, but I did not see you come in. Truth be told, I have been somewhat distracted of late. Princess Yuki, it would seem, sent a letter to my village, praising us for our efforts on her behalf, thus revealing my story of an injury preventing me from making the journey home for the ruse that it was. But my shame is not that I have been summoned back to the village, but rather quite the opposite. Despite knowing that I am hale and hearty, my elders seem to be in no particular hurry to welcome me back into the fold. Should the time come when we have need of you, we need for you in Doma, we shall summon you for you. Until then, you are to remain at your post and do all in your power to aid our countrymen in Eorzea. Such were their words. Is this how far I've fallen? Am I as a falcon bereft of its claws, a dull blade tossed to the wayside by its master? For all I know, I have been all but exiled to this place. I'm so sorry, Jack. Heaven knows that you did not come here to listen to my griping. On a brighter note, I just received word from Captain Jack. It would seem some Easterners are causing something of a stir. I suppose I should be grateful that someone still has needed my services. Anyhow, it would seem that Tommy have led you here at a most opportune time. Would you care to accompany me? Sure. I thank you for my friend. Let us make for Limsa Lumensa and see what our friends at the Rose Guild would ask for us. More teleporting. And watch, we're going to be teleporting to another place right after. I don't know what it is about Limsa Lumensa, but it's packed with other players. And I mean packed. Who do nothing but sit at the crystal. Man, I can't imagine this is easy on a computer. If console has a hard time loading it. See, what'd I tell you? Everybody's here at the crystal. Crafting, running around, sitting there. Do the Naruto run. Okay. Coco Doga Sasadoga. Oh boy. Oboro. Your stance gives you away. What's up, Jack? Well, if it ain't the dimmerest dammer of 'em all. I trust you've been keeping your stabbers sharpened. What with you and Ouroboros on the job, I reckon I'll. Oh man, do not ask me to talk like a pirate. I reckon I'll be Bob afore the dark men's come around. Here's where we stand. One of me little birds in the Kraken's arms came chirping to me a story about some dolmens who I reckon are breaking one code or another. Seems they, the Krakens, that is, were out cinchilling the eastern seas when they grabbed a vessel flying Garlean colors, as they're wont to do. But then came the rub. The crew claimed to be dolmen, you see. Upon whittling their captive's identity, they changed tack, begging for asylum on Eorzean shores, and offering the entirety of their cargo in full return for safe passage. Call him a Benny Cove or a fool, the Kraken captain took the self-styled dolmens up on their offer, stowing the Eastern's treasures and the Easterners themselves away in the hold. They set sail for Limsa. But after pulling into port, a funny thing happened. No sooner had the Krakens dropped anchor than the refugees put on their best beater cases and skulked off into the dead of Darkman's, leaving all of the treasures behind. All the treasures save one, a scroll of sorts that had been hidden in the corner. All inconspicuous like. Cravalian reckons that these dolmen refugees have played us for the rum fun, and they're off selling that scroll on the black market for a good blunt, even as we speak. Ugh. I hate how Jack talks. I see. So you would have us recover the scroll in question and bring the thieving dolmens to justice. I am honored to lend you what aid I can, and yet I cannot help but wonder what could it be about this scroll to make it so valuable to my countrymen. Well, we're not gonna whittle the scrap and just sitting here on our daddies or dandles. I thought it said daddies. Dadlet dills. No, are we? Let's snitch town and see what the common coves and morts have and haven't seen. Jack, why don't you go pay Otoan a visit in the Wench? If there's any rumors going around about any shifty Easterners, like as not that Mort will know. You do remember what to order, eh? Of course, a dimmer dammer like yourself would. Good luck out there and keep the rattles open. We'll be waiting for you in Berwick Hall when you're through. Oh crap, it's been so long, I forgot what you're supposed to order. Come on, load. I seriously thought that said daddies. It was daddles. Or dadlis. What kind of rain? A chilled ale? Ah, you must be here on business. Mayhaps I could offer you something from the underground menu. Now, what's your fancy? Guest from the east, you say? Well, yes, I do believe we had some visitors not long ago matching that description. They left shortly before you arrived. I make a habit of pricking my ears up to catch our patrons' every whisper, but that the party in question required a little such effort. Why, they were shouting of tales of riches and glory in a roar that could wake the dead. Said they were on their way to Wineport to make the transaction of a lifetime. Though they weren't keen on going into detail, just between us, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something less than savory about their business. Speaking of savory, can I interest you in our seafood stew? Okay, that's an interesting outfit. Did I go the wrong place? I did. Now I remember when Jack stole her sandwich. He got what was coming to him. It's gonna take a while to load. Jack, you're terrible. Don't be corrupting Ouroboros. So our lads are headed to Wineport, eh? Been in work, Jack. Remind me to slip Itoloan some blunt extra next time we stop by the ranch for libations. I don't know. That said, something don't sit right with me. Cracking their plans for every drunkard and tavern wrench to hear. I reckon our friends might be looking to amuse us if you whittle my gist. Keep your eyes open and your stabbers sharps, mate. Well, there's a bleeding surprise. The code-breaking curs have already bit the blow and hopped the twig, with a caravan's worth of bingo in tow. Word is they were last seen beating the path for Bloodshore. But what could it mean to wait a bleeding moment? What if the grog's not meant for selling, but keeping their throats wet on the long voyage? I reckon our lads are trying to smuggle the scroll home. There's no time to lose. Let's brush off our beaters case and making for Bloodshore all quick like. Ouroboros and I'll snitch the north side. Jarek, you take the south. We'll catch these curs afore they slip from our dandles. For good. I might not read the rest of Jack's speech. I can't read it. Hello, Chester. Heh. You just had to poke your nose in our business, eh? Guess you leave us no choice. And you call yourself samurai. Pathetic. You'd make a delicious meal. Large buffalo. Let me guess. You came upon a couple of rough-looking coves. These coves came waving their stabbers in my face before I could edge it a word. I reckon 'twas the same for you. The scroll's nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. If I did not know better, I would say they were a simple group of ruffians enjoying their ill-gotten grog. The Den One sees, but does he truly see? No, these unfortunate men were but pawns in a grand scheme as disposable as the bottles that now litter the shore. ASEAN? Black Marketeer. Oh. Meanwhile, your true quarry has boarded a trader and sails for Kugane even as we speak, under the auspicions of the East Aldern Trading Company, no less. So cunning a scheme. I wish I thought of it myself, or did I? Ha ha ha. How'd ye know? Oh, bugger me. You're the cove from the House of Sticks. Karasa Redbeak. Child of friends turned bitter enemies, then friends once more, reunited after too long. Our hero returns and the audience swoons. Oh, what a joyous day. Or is it? I'll say this much, dim one. For once you managed to surprise me. To think that oh so serious Ouroboros would lie to his elders to avoid having to make the journey home, only to find he wasn't welcome to begin with. Oh, the irony of it all. Enough of you preening and prattle, Karasu. I want answers. How did you know where we were, and just what your connection to the thieves we pursue? You mean the thieves who already eluded your clumsy grasp, just as I am about to do? I fear that is a story for another day. Ah, ever the slippery bird, that one. That daft rook's an acquaintance of yours? That's new. That's news to Jackie's waddles. Meanwhile, we've got our work cut out for us if we still want to grapple that scroll. Is there anything anywhere we can have woods, you know, secret like? Say no more, Captain Jack. As luck would have it, our base of operation is but a short walk from these parts. Jack, pray join us as a storehouse. I knew he wasn't dead. He was much too melodramatic to die. Across the Redbeak. Of all the places I thought our search might lead us, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would lead us to him. Come square with me, Ouroboros. Just who is this Karasa Cove? Can we trust him? Or is he like not as... Or is he like as not to stick to us his stabbers in our back the moment we turn a blind eye? No. I mean, yes. I mean, he's neither or both. Perhaps I should say it's complicated. Judging from your reaction, it sure seems as much. Anyway, if our men had set sail for Higushin, I reckon we have no choice but to do the same. I wasn't exactly preparing for a long voyage, but damned if I leave this job half done. That said, shamed as I admit it, this old Jackie's first journey to the Far East, I wouldn't know Kugane from a rum Darcy's arse. And I don't know a rogue what can do his work without knowing the lay of the land. Worry not, Captain Jack. I've traveled there on many occasions to procure the tools of my trade from the finest gun artisans. It would be my pleasure to serve as your guide. Your present would be most heartening as well, Jack. Kugane is a city where anything can happen, and there's no telling what dangers await us there. I'll agree with that, but mind you, Jarek's a busy cove. What say we do it this way? Ouroboros and I will head on ahead and send for you once we've snitched out the place and worked our next plan of action. A reasonable plan, Captain Jack. In that case, Jarek, pray check in at the storehouse from time to time. I will send word to Yomi when we require your services. In the meantime, may the Kami guide you in your training. Ah, Jack, I have a letter from you from Master Ouroboros. It would appear that his investigation in Kagane has borne fruit. Here, see for yourself. Dear Jack, I hope this letter finds you well. After a long and rather uneventful voyage, we have arrived safely in Kagane. Captain Jack seems to have taken with Kagane culture and is enjoying the stroll in the pleasure quarters at this very moment. But forgive me, you are not interested in the diary of our travels. As for the matter of the scroll, rumors abound of abandoned scuffles have been causing quite a stir in town of late. Putting together the accounts we have heard, the good captain and I are convinced that these are thieves we speak. If the word about town is to be believed, these individuals are far more dangerous than we would have imagined. I trust you have been pursuing your ninjutsu training with your usual diligence. My apologies, of course, you have. In any event, we would have you join us in the early inconvenience. We would be keeping an eye out for your arrival. Seek us in the alley behind the second pier ferry docks. Safe travels, friend. It's good to see Master Ouroboros in good spirits once more. Ever since the elders commanded him to remain in Azorzia, he has not quite been himself. After all, a shinobi without a duty is carried out as a hawk with clipped wings. It is good to see Master Ouroboros soaring high once more. Still I worry, though I would have great respect for the man. He can often be too trusting for his own good. Pray go to his side, friend, and see what he does not get himself into undue trouble. May the Kami carry you safely across the sea. My tongue's getting twisted from reading all the Captain Jacks. Ah, good old Kagane. He's got himself a fancy kimono. Jack, I thank you for answering my call. Sumbambe, too, has made the journey through the village to join us in retrieving the scroll. It is my honor to stand by your side again, Jarek. Master Ouroboros will doubtlessly benefit from your presence, as he always does. Likewise, I figured we could use a few more dimmer dabbers on the job. Oh gosh, why can't he just say swords or daggers? So I sent for Underfoot and the Stray. Their ship should be pulling into harbor afore long. In the meantime, allow me to share what we've learned. Reliable sources have it that the theft of the scroll is the work of the Garnet League, a notorious band of outlaws feared throughout Doma. When the Doman rebellion was crushed 1 year ago, many samurai fled the battlefield to escape the Emperor's wrath. Dishonored and unable to return home, most turned to banditry to eke out a living. It's the most lethal of these warriors who formed the Garnet League, cutting down innocent men for their coin purses, plundering villages. The men and women of the Garnet will gladly stain their hands with as much with blood as long as it means they will live to see the morrow. Why they covet that scroll so, I cannot say. What I do know is that if we do not stop them, they all but certainly have to leave a trail of corpses in their wake. We must move, and quickly. Fortunately, they should not prove hard to find. Confident in their ability to cut down anyone who dares oppose them, they take little trouble to conceal themselves. On the contrary, they parade their garnet-hued kimonos for all to see. You can distinguish them from the similarly garbed Gumi by their lack of hamaka or hakama and their slightly uncouth demeanor. Let us speed up and cover as much ground as we can. Jarek, I would entrust the Shihoki Ostri and the Rakuzia district to you. Keep to the shadows and gather what knowledge you can, and when you're done with the task, let us reconvene here. One day, she's having us sneak into, hey, why don't you mind your own bloody business? My friend here has a bit of a temper. You'd be wise to leave him alone. Okay, I have hide. One day she's having us sneaking into a bleeding Imperial storehouse, and the next the Confederacy chasing us halfway across the Ruby Sea. Jakuro could pay us twice what she does, and it wouldn't be bloody worth it. Come now, even you must admit it was quite a little adventure. Though it was fortunate that we came upon those Eorzean pirates when we did, and what that they believed our little ruse. In the end, we made it here with our little prize, did we not? We simply took a slight detour. We didn't all make it, or have you forgotten those we left behind at Bloodshore? Cut down by our pursuers, no doubt, the poor bastards. Whose brilliant idea was it to go along with that masked man's plan anyway? If our brothers could not fend for themselves, they had only themselves to blame. As for our mysterious benefactor, he led us here as promised. Did he not? Now we need only wait for our client to show and deliver the goods, and we will never have to worry about going hungry again. Speaking of which, just how does our man to keep us waiting. I'm beginning to wonder if someone isn't playing us for all fools. Now, we were all late with our delivery after all. Word has it our client returned to Koshu when we did not show, and now is making the long journey back to Kugane. We owe him some patience, do we not? I swear, I just wanted to see what the fuss was all about. I barely put a finger on the thing, and next I knew it, Zakuro's blade was at my throat. I thought she was gonna cut me down right on the spot. Put yourself in her shoes. They say our client is a dangerous man. He's been known to kill those who renegade on our agreement. If anything happened to the scroll, her life and ours would be good as forfeit. You're saying she's scared of us? She's scared as us? Zorko Brightblood, who single-handedly cut down 100 Gurlians in a day during the rebellion? Zorko Brightblood, who dyes her hair red with the blood of her foes. She cuts an imposing figure, this is true, but deep down she's actually quite the sensitive type. Sensitive? Don't make me laugh. It would seem we have everyone assembled. Excellent. Let us share what all we have learned. Allow me to see if I have this right. So, in short, the Garnet League lifted the scroll from a Garlean storehouse at the bidding of an unknown Higan client. They meant to sail straight from Yannex to Kugane, but ran afoul of the Confederacy, doubtless because they were too poor to pay the ruby teeth. In fleeing, they were captured by the Kraken, so they claimed to be Doman refugees seeking asylum. Upon arriving in Eorzea, they made off with the scroll and eventually found safe passage to Kugane. With Karasu's aid, the motives remain as inscrutable as ever, but I digress. Furthermore, they are led by one of Zakuro Brightblood, about whom no small number of tall tales are told. Regardless of their veracity, there can be no doubting that she is a formidable opponent. For my part, I heard she is most protective of the scroll and keeps on her person at all times, night and day. I heard that Zankuro and her followers have rented a room at the Bocario? I don't know if I said that right. An inn in town famous for its hot bath springs. Or hot spring baths. All Jackie managed witchy widow in this cove is right found in her flowing locks, and that she fancies herself a cup of tea, making the trip from the inn to the tea house and back at least thrice a day. That is most enlightening, Captain Jack. Now we must find a way to get our hands on the scroll before Zancuro's client arrives. But how? We could challenge her to a single combat, but the Sekishigumi would not look too kindly on that. Besides, we are shinobi, are we not? We use stealth to our advantage. We simply need a plan. Look out below! Underfoot's on the scene! Good to see you again, Jack. Can't wait to snilch the new tricks you've learned from your friends here. What's a mort got to do with herself some sushi? Oh, got to do to get herself some sushi. I'm bloody starved. And what's all this bleeding seagulls? I swear, if another one takes the shit in my hair, it'll be seagull stew for dinner tonight. Uh-oh, I don't like this. Wait, that's it. Vicky V. I'll just call her V. You're a bloody genius, and so am I reckon. Gather round and lend me your waddles, my friends. Jack's got a plan. First we catch Zankuro as she's beating her way from the inn to the tea house. Underfoot, V. Subame? Let's call her Sue. You'll three be in charge of causing a scene and stopping the mort in her tracks. Meanwhile, Jarek, you make your way in that perch atop the markets and drop some legit seagull shit out from above. Oh, this is gross. With her precious locks all mucked up, the mort's sure to make for the hot spring. She can't very well bring the scroll to water, so we just follow her along all stealthy-like and heave it from whatever basket she stowed it away in. For good measure, Ouroboros and I'll head to the bathhouse as we keep the girl occupied until Jarek has the scroll safely in his daddles. A most impressive plan, Captain Jack, but I have one question. How do you propose that the two of us keep Zakuro occupied? Ouroboros, surely you remember our visit to Bronze Lake and the little show I put on for our pirate friend. It's quite simple, really. I am not certain I understand what you... Oh! On second thought, I am not quite convinced this is the best course of action. Haha. Give yourself some more credit, lad. Now, Jarek, you'll want to climb up onto the roof of the top of Bocario, and then make your way across to the wire atop the markets. This white dye should be suitable sequential impersonation. Once underfoot and the gang lures occur into position, let her fly. Alright, lads and lasses, look sharp. We meet back here once all Bob. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a fun one. It's been so long since I climbed anything in Kugane. Let's see if I remember. Eh. Come on. Oh, come on. I can do this. Bingo. The pain, the pain. My poor girl, whatever is the matter? Anyone find a hero. The girl needs help. She's like, I don't care. What was... Oh, bloody brilliant. Uh-oh. She's on to us. Thank you, card starter, madam, but worry not, I am not ill. You see, I simply haven't had a bite to eat all day. Aha, is that all now? Fortunately, the Shikoze Holstry is but a short walk away, and I hear the sushi is possibly to die for. Shall we? My hair! My beautiful hair! Sigh, back to the bathhouse, I suppose. I wonder how they're keeping her distracted. Okay, there's the basket, but how... Oh gosh, I gotta see. Well done, my friends. The operation was, by any measure, a rousing success. That said, I have not seen Sumbambe, Sue, and the others. I do hope all is well. Now that was some rum fun, if I do say myself. As for the cove, I wouldn't fret like that. Oh, fret like as not V and Underfoot dragged her off to yaffle on some old Kugane's finer delicacies. No doubt you're right, Captain Jack. In the meantime, pray show me the scroll, Jack. I would see just what it is that Zanko's mysterious employer covets so. Why, are my eyes to be believed? The forbidden mantra of summoning. I'd half thought it just a ghost story meant to strike fear in the hearts of shinobi who stray from their path. Forbidden summoning? I wouldn't know a mantra from my own grandmum, but that sounds right dangersome. It is indeed, Captain Jack. The legends say that if the summoner's focus wanes even for a moment, the monstrous beast called forth by this mantra would not hesitate to devour him whole. Many years ago, it was gifted from our village to the King of Doma and sealed away, to be used only in dire circumstances, but it was lost in the chaos in the Garlean invasion, and never seen again. So it has been sleeping in an imperial vault all these years. So even with the bleeding all-powerful summoning at their fingertips, the Domans still couldn't hold off the Empire. Guess it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, eh? On the contrary, we never had the chance to find out. Master Gek, that's all I'm getting. Gekkai, who led our shinobi, deemed the risk too great and refused to employ it, even as our nation fell. Whether Master Gekkai plotted on his betrayal even then, or whether he had our countrymen's best interest at heart, I cannot say, though. I would like to believe the latter. Nonetheless, it is clear that none in Garlemald knew the scroll's true power, so it sat untouched until it was stolen by the Garnet League, at the bidding of some unknown master. But aside from my fellow shinobi, who out there would know of the scroll's true power? But it matters little now. We have the scroll, and I must return it to its rightful home in my village. Fred, I can't let you do that, friend. I promised the Krakens I'd bring the scroll back for them, and I'll not have it said that Jack ain't a man of his wits. After all, the scroll's been missing from your village for 20-odd summers. No, clearly no man suffered much. That is hardly the issue, Captain Jack. This scroll is an ancient treasure. It belongs to Doma. It belongs to those who found it, and that's the Krakens. Gods, if he ain't stubborn bastard. Gentlemen, must you make such a scene? After all, strictly speaking, the scroll belongs to neither of you. There it goes with that odd pose. Karasu, wherever did you... Oh, but never mind. Thank you for guiding us here. You may rest assured that the scroll will safely return to Doma. You have my gratitude. Oh, Ouroboros, my dear, sweet, deluded Ouroboros, you grow ever dimmer by the day. Do you truly believe that I would do what I do for you? I did say I was pulling all the strings in this little puppet play, did I not? Very well. Allow me to put words even you can understand. The scroll belongs in Hinganshi to the masters I now serve. It's okay, Cindy. My dog's barking. My mistake was entrusting to Zanko and her lackeys what I should have seen to myself from the very start. Oh well. Live and learn, I suppose. In any event, allow me to propose a simple transaction. You hand over the scroll, and I return your friends to you with their heads still attached to their bodies. Fair trade, no? crossing New Craven. On second thought, yes, I do believe that you could be even more fun. Keep your eyes and ears out, dim one. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Curse it all. And here I believe that man had turned over a new leaf after leaving Gekkai. But no, it would seem he has simply found another villain to serve. Once a rook, always a rook, I reckon. A sharp one at that. Underfoot and the Stray aren't the types to give so bone so easily. As long as we have the scroll, Karasu is not like to cause our friends any harm, and yet he is unpredictable and adversary as they come. We must proceed with caution. Forgive me, Jarek. It would mean much to me if you remain in Kugane until our work here is through. Pray continue to train in your ninjutsu, and I shall call upon you again when the time is right. What is going on out there? Hang on. 1 second. It's my neighbor. I'm moving the garbage cans. Couldn't help but wonder what the fuss was. What is it, Trixie? My little trickster is having fun. Okay, back to the game of life and death. God, it's good to see you, Jarek. And I've heard nothing from Karasu since we met. It would seem we have no choice but to take matters into our own hand. And yet, in our current state, we are outmanned. In hopes of bolstering our ranks, I reached out to Princess Yuki, pride of the Yatsurugi clan. Her skills and knowledge of these lands would surely avail us in our effort, I thought. I am pleased to say that she was more than happy to lend her aid. Doubtless, in no small part due to your efforts on her behalf. Judging from her words, she is quite eager to prove herself. Perhaps a bit over-eager. I would ask you keep an eye on her, lest she go running off into some sort of trouble. Which mayhap she already has, as she should have arrived hours ago. Perhaps she has simply gotten lost on her way, or stopped for sushi and tea. Might the two of you be so kind as search for her in my stead? Captain Jack, see if she's not in the Rakuza district, and Jarek, pray search the markets of Koga Dori. I'll remain here in case she has simply been delayed on her journey. Bear Claw. I've no use for it. Well, where could that girl be? There's Yuki. Jarek, whatever are you doing here in Kugane? Not that I'm complaining, of course. I'm happy to see the shinobi who helped bring prosperity back to my homeland. Yes, thanks to you, my people are doing wonderfully. The only downside of it is that now I have to be a proper princess again. Akagi? Or Kagi? Let's just call him Kagi. He's my personal bodyguard now, you see. Was none too happy when I told him I'd be heading to Kugane, in fact. Yuki, Princess Yuki, come back at once! Oh, hell, he's on to me. I just have to help you in Ouroboros in return for everything you did for me. Surely you understand, Jerry. Can you go find Age and just tell him that I don't know, that I hopped on a ship overseer or something? Gosh. Don't be mean to him. The poor guy. Just a... Oh, the poor guy. There he is. Jarek, fancy meeting you here. You're awfully a long way from home, eh? Speaking of which, you haven't by chance seen Her Highness anywhere, have you? I caught her sneaking out of the castle and followed her to Kugane, but I seem to have lost her. Overseer, you say? Gods, what is the girl thinking? If anything happened to her, I'd never hear. But there's no time to lose. To the docks, Princess Yuki, wait for me, Princess Yuki! That poor boy. Oh, that poor boy. Thank you, Jarek, and pray forgive me for asking you to lie on my behalf. I have half a mind to tell Kage the truth, but then he might have offered to help Kami forbid. The man means well, but I hear that we faced the most dangerous foe, and I simply didn't have the heart to place Kage in danger. You understand, don't you? In any event, I do believe we kept Ouroboros long enough. That poor man. Or is he a boy? I can't tell. Thank you for leading Her Highness here, Jack. Princess Yuki, thank you for your making the journey to Kugane. Before we proceed, I would hear aught you might know of recent events in Hingashi. As you doubtlessly know, though Hingashi appears to outsiders to be a land at peace, beneath the surface rivals, warlords as are ever scheming to undermine each other's power. In that sense, it is entirely within the realm of possibilities that one of them has employed a shinobi to gain hidden advantages over his foes. But this is merely speculation. Try as I might, I was unable to uncover any tangible evidence as to who might be behind these recent events. I see. Thank you, Princess. And so it remains a mystery. What foul master does this treacherous crow serve? Now, dim one. Is that any way to talk about a dear old friend? What's with the pose? Karasu, you have some gall to call yourself my friend. What have you done with Sue and the others? Oh, but what's this? The dim one is joined by one new companion after the next. Our hero is wounded. Was his friendship not enough? Why are the geniuses of the world so misunderstood? Anyhow, I was hoping you'd ask. As a matter of fact, I have just a present for you. It's a game I like to call Kill or Watch Your Friends Be Killed. Do you like the name? I thought of it myself just now. The rules are really quite simple. Your precious Swallow and the others are being held captive by the Garnet League on the Isle of Beko. You simply need to march in, cut down Zankoro and her men, and free your companions from their shackles. Succeed, and I'll forget about the scroll, and you can go marching happily back to Doma. Fail, and I get the scroll, and Zakura bathes in your blood tonight. Yes, I do believe there is something in it for everyone. I'll be watching from the shadows. Do keep me entertained, won't you? He's such a creep. Bah, does his villainy know no bounds? I'm not keen on agreeing to those terms, but it don't seem we have much choice in the matter. If it's a fight he wants, it's a fight he gets. Together we can take those Garnet curs. What do you say, you Jarek? Forgive me, my friends. If only I had been quicker to unravel Kurasu's schemes, I would have not placed you in danger like this. Still, it heartens me to know you stand with us. Same holds true for me, lad. While I'm not proud we let that rook get the better of us, I feel a lot safer knowing a dimmer dammer like yourself is on our side. Let's get underfoot and V out of there real quick. Ever since the elders told me my presence was not needed in the village, I have struggled to find meaning in my daily existence. For whom do I fight? For what greater purpose? Now I found the answer. It is for you, my friends. You who have stood beside me in the darkest of times. You have shown me that there is strength inside me that even I have long forgotten. You who... This is no time for prattle, Dad. Or haven't you noticed the princess has already hopped a twig? Dust off your beaters in case. And let's move. Beater cases and move. The man speaks true. Yes, we must be strong, both body and mind, if we hope to prevail. To the Isle of Beko, with where our friends await us. Oh, he's not going to give up the scroll that easily. Please tell me there's no more talking. Listen, little to my surprise, it would seem Karasu has alerted our foe to our presence. Let us proceed with caution. There is no telling what manner of treachery the crow has in store for us. Gosh. Like my frog? Cute. You've got more courage than sense to come this far. If we fought on the same side, I could see myself getting to like you. But we serve it on the master, and he so happens to be a demanding one. Now, don't give me that look. We all got to make a living, as its best ways we know how. Now draw your blades. Sakura will blade in your lifeblood this day. Yep, you're bathing in your own blood. Blades of whirl through the air, blood watering the fields. Should I be fighting side by side, all for the sake of dear friends? Could there be a more moving sight? Our hero is moved to tears, or not. But do not worry. As promised, I'll return your precious swallow with a nary a feather out of place, once you hand over the scroll, of course. What foolery is this, Kurusa? We played your little game and we won, did we not? Or are you not a man of your word? Oh, my poor stupid Ouroboros. How dim can one man get? Didn't anyone ever tell you that promises are made to be broken? Especially mine? Haha. Now hand over the scroll, and quickly now. I do not particularly enjoy killing my dear friends, but that's never stopped me before. Ouroboros, the scroll. Destroy it. Very good, dim one. Yes, I dare say you played your role to perfection. Fly away, little swallow. Fly away home, little swallow. You've had enough fun for the day. Incompetent fools, the lot of you. How long do you intend to keep me waiting for what is rightfully mine? Lord Hanzo, you couldn't have come at a better time. You'll be happy to know that I have just what you've been looking for. Behold. Why ain't you an ugly one? Our hero has truly outdone himself this time. At long last, the ancient secrets of Higan Ninjutsu will be his. Do tell me, Lord Hanzo, when will training begin? Lord Hanzo? Hey! Hey! Silence, whelp. The bastard. Get out of Sasuke, the shame, deserved not but a quick death. Well, well, a brood of domin dogs who would call themselves shinobi. You stand before Hanzo the Hidden, 12th Lord of the Kage Kashuchi clan, and you should consider yourself fortunate that I did not cut you down where you stand. And you would call your petty tricks ninjutsu? I spit on your ninjutsu. Your very existence brings dishonor to every true shinobi who has ever lived. Yes, those of my clan, the original, the true practitioners of the art. Be thankful that I have more important matters to attend to today. Enjoy what little remains of your miserable lives. Your time has come, and before you know it. Forgive me, my friends. Pray give me a moment to take in what we all just saw. What is it, Chester? I do not know where to even start. Karashu killed off before our very eyes. The forbidden mantra in the hands of this Hanzo who claims to hail from the clan who founded our art and harbors a grudge against Master Sasuke and in turn us for reasons I can scarce begin to understand. Though it may be small comfort, we can take heart in the one matter. In truth, the scroll Hanzo now holds is but one half of whole alone. It is all but worthless. The other half is tucked safely away in our village, far away from Hanzo's peering eye. It is a secret known only to the elders, entrusted to me by the old hermit before I took my leave. Is that so? I would have appreciated if someone could have shared that knowledge with me as well. The old hermit always did like you better for some reason. Still, I do not expect this Hanzo to give up so easily. Or give up easily. Whatever the true nature of the grudge he holds against the founder of a village, it seems hot to nigh border or to obsession. Our adversary claims to hail from Kage Kakushi clan. Princess Yuki, are you familiar with that name? If I remember the stories correctly, they achieved great renown for their exploits in battle during the Age of Strife. It was said that the single Kage fought with the strength and skill of 1,000 lesser shinobi. Until one day, when the vengeful warlord razed their village to the ground, slaughtering even wives and babes, the Kage on the battlefield too disappeared one after the next, an inglorious end by any measure. If this Hanzo is truly a descendant of the clan, it would stand to reason that he would seek revenge against the ones that betrayed his ancestors. But how is this connected to Sasuke, I cannot say. But if there's one thing I know, it's that I'm not going to just stand by while this Hanzo plunders our nation to another age of war. I'll return home and see if there's any more knowledge of the Kage to be had. Thank you, Princess. We are counting on you. For our part, we should return to Yannick's. Once Hanzo realizes that he only possesses half the knowledge he seeks, he's likely to turn an eye to our village. We must warn the elders. If it's all the same, I reckon I'll join ye. I'm not keen on showing my face and limbs till I've got the goods. I came for my dandles. That said, someone needs to see it as all Bob back at home. Underfoot, EV. Can I count on ye to keep things in order till I've seen the business here? Aye, Captain. Consider it done. Just hurry back, will ye? I'll make sure that Bismarck special with your name on it. Oh, that there's a Bismarck special. Bugger me if this journey hasn't been one surprise as the next, and something tells me the best is yet to come. You'll be joining us, won't you, Jarek, for old time's sake? I cannot thank you enough, friend. The journey to Yannick's is a long one. After we arrive, let's rest up in the village of Nami. My long-awaited homecoming. For the first time since I left in pursuit of Karasu. Karasu, you have truly left this world for good? Or have you truly left this world for good? Bugger me, he ain't dead. Name. Namo. Name. I don't know. Please tell me he's done talking. Soon I will first make the journey to the village alone. Forgive me, but the elders are not like to smile on the sudden arrival of outsiders. We will report on all that we've seen in Hingashi and gather what wisdom we can. Pray for us here, and we will return as soon as we are able. I do not ask for a hero's welcome, but... well, I suppose there's no putting off any longer. Seems we're on our own for the time being, reckon I can have some bingo and a couple of rums doxies in this place. Just having a bit of amuse what this Hanzo on the prowl. It's best we keep our stabbers sharp. Okay, folks, my tongue's worn out from reading all of Jack and them's. My tongue's worn out. I need a break. So I'll continue this later sometime. But thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.